It's the HBS show with lesson the screen goddess. History behind success of your role model. Yeah, Oluwa lifted me higher. Oh, now they wanna eat with me. Now they wanna drink with me. Now they see me as something. But I can't forget yesterday when they saw me as nothing. No one knows tomorrow, brother. No one knows tomorrow, sister. No one knows tomorrow, mama. No one knows tomorrow, Baba. Yeah. It's the HBS show with lesson the screen goddess. History behind success of your role model.
Wow! Good to have you again on the program HBS Show, History Behind Success. My guest on the program is a man who loves education so much. A man who sees education as the key to success. Who is this man? A man who has imparted so much in the lives of people. Who is this man? He's a caring father. He's a good friend. Who is this man? Join me as I make welcome to the program the board chairman of Delta State Library, Barrister Elmoni Innocent Ogboru, to the program.
It's the HBS show with lesson the screen goddess. History behind success of your role model.
You're looking so amazing. What's the secret?
God is a secret. And everybody is a secret as well. Yes.
Okay, wow.
Thank God.
Okay.
You're looking beautiful too.
Thank you. I'm blushing. So, how was your growing up like?
Yes. Well, my growing up was like every other young child that was growing up. There was nothing particular about my growing up, but just that I grew up in the village. Eventually, I traveled to the city and went to the university and came back. After that, was practicing in Lagos as a lawyer. Then I joined politics 2010 or so. And at some point, I was the vice chairman of my local government and now the chairman of library board.
Okay. You said you were born in the village and you started your school in the village. What's the name of the school?
I started in the Brede Primary School, and I went to the city at some point. Yes, you see, what happened was that actually I was born in the village, but at some point, my parents now asked me to live with one of my uncles in the city. So I continued my primary school there. That was then in Ibadan. And after some time, my dad now asked me to come back from Ibadan because I was not understanding our language anymore. It was your Yoruba. And my dad was not particularly happy about it. So he says, I should come home so that I can learn our language. At that point, I was almost done with my primary school and I think for my sixth, and then I now started the Brede Grammar School. Yeah.
Okay, so
Then after that, after the grammar school, I now went back to the city, university, and all that.
and which university was that?
Ahmadu Bello University.
Oh.
Prestigious Ahmadu Bello University.
Oh.
Zaria.
Okay. So what?
I did my HSC in Lagos too. I did my A-levels in Lagos. After the HSC, I took my JAMB. Then I now went to Ahmadu Bello University to do my law degree. Then went to the law school in Abuja as well. Did my BL. Was talked about.
Okay. In all of these years, were there any challenge you went through that make you feel that you don't want to go to school anymore?
No, really. I've always been determined to go to school. Now, what happened was that when I was in the village, when I did my secondary school, I just felt that I was a bit lagging behind when I left secondary school. I felt I was lagging behind. When I went to the city, I realized that people who are my mates are already in the university or somewhere in A levels and all that. So I said, no, I have to fire down. So I fired down, and I was able to meet up with them all.
Okay.
To the glory of God, actually.
Now, you are the chairman of library, Delta State Library.
Yes, of God.
There's this saying that most of the youth are saying that school is a scam. School is a scam. What is your take on this? Is school really a scam?
Of course, the answer is in the question you just asked. For the ignorance, they will probably say so. For those who are knowledgeable, they will know that those who go to schools are actually leaders. It's not a scam. You see, there was someone that I know. So he was like, he didn't want to go to school initially. I spoke to him. I said, look, you don't go to school, you won't move from this place. You won't progress in life. Then I was joking. Several years down the line, he realized that, oh boy, people have left me.
Oh.
Started then, and it was a bit late for him, but he was able to pull through. And you know why, again, I say school is not a scam is, I've never seen any uneducated person that is a chairman of a board or a chairman of a university, chairman of banks, or who is a governor of a state, or is a president. I've never seen anybody who is an illiterate that now becomes the chairman of a bank, the director of a bank, or governor of a state, president of a state, of a country. I've never seen. With that alone, that's to tell you that, hey, if you don't go to school, you probably will not end well. So school cannot be a scam, actually. It's a step towards the right direction, and it's a step towards prosperity and increase one's life.
Okay, does the parents really have any role to play when it comes to education?
Absolutely. You see, they said if you teach your child, where to go, at the end of the day, when you follow through, it will benefit the child. See, what I'm trying to say in essence is that, parents, they have 80% role to play. Because you can imagine somebody who gave birth to a child, and the child, when he wakes up in the morning, is playing, and nobody asks him anything, and in the afternoon is playing, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The parents are not even saying, won't you go to school? They're not making any efforts. That child will not be able to go to school. But if the parents actually, follow up with the child, when you are when you are 1 year, you have to be in kindergarten or whatever. When you are 2 years, you have to be like this. If you follow it all through, definitely the child will not say no. But some are stubborn though. But if the parents are resilient, the child will not have any choice but to go to school. Because I've heard some children that will say, my father said I should go and read law. I go read law for him. When I read law for him, I go do what I want to do. You understand? So it's the influence of the parents that is making the person to go to school. At the end of the day, we realize that it's the best that has ever happened to him or her. So, but if the parents withdraw and they are not bothered, you discover at the end of the day, the parents will have themselves to blame, and the child too will blame the parents. And that blame is genuine for me. And you see, there's one story too that there's one time when a child, stole and eventually he was to be fired. So now said he wanted to talk to the mom, and eventually said the mom should put the ear close to his mouth. They want to whisper to her. He now chop off the ears
of the mom.
Yes. The mom said, what's the problem? Say you are not a good mother.
Oh.
You are not a good mother at all. Each time I come from work, I come with pencil. You don't ask me how I got it. I come with ruler. You don't ask me how I got it. I come with, eventually I will not come in with big things. You're not asking me. I was stealing them.
Oh.
And you didn't tell me anything. You didn't even advise me that, who is the owner of this ruler? No. When you go back to school, give me back to the owner.
So you didn't say so.
Just keeping it, and we're just keeping quiet. And, at the end of the day, the child grew to be an armed robber. He stole and he was arrested. And he was to be fined. It was then he now said he wants to see the mother. When he was on the stake, when they wanted to shoot him, he said, "No, I want to tell my mom something." That was what happened. I'm sure the one must have let her lesson, and many people actually let their lesson. And many people were watching, were around. They learned their lesson. So you see, we parents, we have so much influence on the children, especially when they are growing up. Because if you do not tame them when they are growing up, definitely it will be difficult for you to be able to control them when they are adults. Because they feel that I'm big enough to take care of myself and everything. So basically, that's what it is.
Okay. Can you tell us one of the major things you always remember about your parents when you were growing up? One of the major advice they always give to you that kept you pushing before you became a full-grown adult. That word
Okay.
that never allow you to derail.
Yes, generally we're brought up in a Christian home. So we're taught Christian tenets, Christian rules. Like my dad, definitely, if he wants to go to church on Sunday, he will lock the door. So if you like, no come. If you like, no come church. But that house, you won't stay in that house. So when you look at it and you see that, the door is locked and everything, you don't have any choice but to go.
Welcome to church.
So one of the things I remember that my father, my parents instilled in us is being a good Christian. And by God's grace, we are followed up to now. Being a Christian, fear God, the things of God and everything. Those are the things that were inculcated into us. And unconsciously, we never knew that it was going to help us. But by the grace of God, it has helped us. All of us in my family, we are good Christians. And by God's grace, we are doing very well.
So how were you able to choose your friends? Because there is this saying that either your friend make you or they break you. So how were you able to choose your friend to get to where you are today?
Okay.
Because a lot of persons, because of the wrong choice of friends they made, they are still on the ground. So how were you able to choose your friends?
Okay, so me from beginning, I don't have friends per se. When I was in the school, I tried to choose friends that have the same orientation with me, the same mindset with me. Oh, a Christian, you don't have to cheat somebody, you have to read your book to pass, you don't have to steal, and all of that. Those are the kind of, but it's not as if there are many, just one or two, when I was in school. Because you say, show me your friend, I'll tell you who you are. So my friend, I picked them based on my way of life, how I grew up and everything. I pick friends that that have like minds like me. There are not many. It's just but after school we lost contact. But because of the telephone thing, we are still talking and all that basically. So that is the bottom line. Actually, that's how I choose my friends. But if I realize that you are not a very straightforward person, you are not a Christian, and you are like this, you're neither here nor there, and you have some very bad tendencies, I won't get close to you. Or maybe you lie a lot, when they ask you, when they tell you good morning, they will tell you that go and look or whether it is still morning or maybe not good night or maybe not night day. That kind of lying and everything, somebody who will probably lie 99%. Everything he says, 90% are lies. So I detest people who lie, because as much as possible, I'm not saying I'm a saint or that at times you mistakenly or someone you don't lie, but when the lie is just something you can't get close to me, you can't be my friend, because I want to hold you to your word and I want you to hold me to my word as well.
That's integrity.
That's right.
So you are also a politician.
Yes.
What made you go into politics?
Okay, so in 2008, my dad died, and I had always lived, after my school and everything, I lived my life in Lagos. All my achievements I made in Lagos. And we're not in touch with home. I hardly come. I don't even come home. I don't even have a house at home. So when my dad died, it now dawned on me and my siblings that, we are going to, although my dad has a house, we are going to, I'm going to do burial for dad, and we don't have houses. We are going to have big friends who are going to come. Yeah, some of them are going to stay in a hotel, but some of, at least they should know that
There's
you
your house.
should see a house with you. You have several houses in Lagos and you don't have just one. So it kind of dawned on us that we, myself and my brother, who are a big grown up, we now built a house. And 2008, yes, we built the house within less than I think about a month and a half or so. Done the house, 4 bedroom bungalow. So after that, we did a burial, big burial, spent so much money. And I realized that there was no any government presence, nothing. It was just us and
Your friend
our friends from Lagos. So our Lagos were wondering, like saying, I'm not in touch with my home again. What's going on? You guys are doing big things, you are doing great things in Lagos, and look at you. You are here, there.
Your
Nobody.
impact in your own place.
No, they didn't touch me, and I said, no. That had to, enter into politics. Secondly, and I realized that most of my people are not properly represented. Nobody speaks for them, and they're backward, and there's just nobody at the top to be able to speak for them, to speak to their problems, and be able to connect them with government to do one or two things for them. Basically, that was one of the reasons why I said no. Let me sacrifice whatever thing I need to sacrifice, at least join politics, try and get to the top, and see how I can impact my people, in my village, world, and local government, and maybe Delta State as whole, a place of God. So that is one of the reasons. The second reason is the one I told you, the first one I mentioned.
So, what was your first appointment?
Yes, I think I was a vice chairman, and John Udra, and when they were doing this Udra's, Okowa's coming in.
Okay.
We did this. We were people that actually were looking at the books and everything.
Okay.
The transition
committee.
Yes, we're in transition committee. After that, then
Okay, now you said that when you came for your father's burial, you saw that your people are actually lacking behind, and because there's nobody to speak for them, and you desire to do the sacrifice by being at the forefront to make sure that there's this connection between your people and government for a good representation. So now, how have you been able to impact to?
Okay, so when I was the vice chairman, I made sure that the market in my village in Ibrede was properly done. It was rebuilt, fresh, and there were several stores. Though. They are still using it today, and they're happy about it. And recently, there's this the town hall the community have been building for several years. They have not even been able to build it. By the time they build this side, and they leave to this other side, that side they built where will fall. And like that. So it was horrible. So I now said, I told my chairman that that's what we need, and that's what they are doing. And several other things. I mean, we empower our children, our brothers, empower them to at least to go to school, encourage them to go to school, and give some scholarship as much as we can, and all that basically. So a whole lot is going on, and the whole lot will still continue to go on.
As far as God is on
by the grace of God.
All right, in case you're just joining us, it is HBS show, History Behind Success. And my guest on the program is Barrister Elmoni Innocent Ogboru. He is the chairman of Delta State Library. Don't forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel, HBS Show with Blessed. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's the HBS show with lesson, the screen goddess. History behind success of your role model. Yeah, Oluwa lifted me higher. Oh, now they wanna eat with me. Now they wanna drink with me. Now they forget yesterday when they saw me. It's the HBS show with lesson the screen goddess. History behind success of your role model.
Good to know that you're still there. In case you're just joining us, you're onto the program HBS Show with Lesson History Behind Success. Before the break, a guest on the program, Barrister Elmoni Innocent Ogboru, the current chairman of Delta State Library, he said that his passion for his people to put smiles on their faces, that was why he joined politics. And by the grace of God, he has been acting them in one way or the other. The program continues. There are lots of youths who just want to sleep, wake up, and become a big man. While there are other sets who will just sit and say that I want to be like that woman that is driving that big G-Wagon without doing anything. What is your take? Because a lot of you just want to cut corners. They just want to make it big overnight. What is your take on this?
It's a very wrong perception, and it's a very wrong ideas that our young ones are actually harnessing. It's unfortunate, that we found ourselves where we are today. I'm sure Nigeria of 1970, 73, I'm sure such thoughts are not in anybody's mind. And then you see things were quite better than this, and and the country was a bit better than this. Like I said, it's unfortunate we find ourselves in this situation. It's so sad each time I look at our young ones. When you try to talk to them and you want to get some words out of them, the kind of words that come out of them is not just what it should be, and it's unfortunate. The issue is that, you see, we parents, we have a role to play in it, like I said earlier, and we and the society too at large. Is sad because how can somebody else wake up and he wants to drive a G-Wagon? G-Wagon is about 300 million, for instance. 250, 300 million for a good G-Wagon. Where is he going to get it from? So I want to live a good life, want to live, drive good cars, stay in good houses, and all of that. Where are they going to get it from? Without going to school, without working hard. So it's a wrong perception. It's a wrong thinking, for our people. And, we have to change the mindset of our children, our brothers and our sisters, in our own small way. That is why you see that we are doing a whole lot in this library board. A lot, because I know you're going to come to that eventually.
Yes.
What we are doing here. I'm not trying to jump the guns, but we have some programs lined up to help our children to be what they actually ought to be or what they want to be. Yes.
Okay, since you have already let the cat out of the bag, right? So tell us, what are these programs lined up for the youth to benefit?
Okay, so now we very soon are going to kick off a readership campaign. We're going to, very soon you heard that, we're going to paint the whole of Asaba red. We're just waiting for approval. Once we get it, we're going to hit the ground running. We're going to hit the street of Asaba, from Abraka, I guess, to Okpatan area. So we're going to take the leadership campaign thing to those areas. It's going to be a roadshow, and it's going to be a bit massive. We're going to get some corpers to assist. The essence is to tell our young ones that readers are leaders. That there's no way you can become anything without going to school without reading. And no knowledge is lost. Knowledge is power. We've all heard that when we're in school. Knowledge is power. You are ignorant of what you don't know. You understand? So all of this propelled us to say, oh no, as a library, we have to begin to sensitize our people on the reading culture. This one just sensitization, is a leadership campaign. It's just a campaign. The real stuff is going to be done eventually. That is trying to give them lectures and all that. But we're going to just, we're going to just jolt them up, just to inform them that you have to read. So when we bring in the issue of reading, I mean all these teachings and all of that, on reading, they will not feel that is a new thing. They will have been used to it, but they've heard it before. This judge campaign thing will sensitize them, will inform them of a whole lot of things. So when we're now doing, a program on readers, on reading culture, of course they will not be informed. They will know that I've heard something before. That's like a follow up. They will not appreciate it. It's going to be a whole lot actually. Secondly, we want to do a book fair. It has never been done before in Delta State. It's going to be a maiden edition of book fair in Delta State, and what we're trying to do is that I'm trying to gather my friends, some authors in the UK, some authors in the US, some authors in Canada, and all that basically. So we want to pull them together and join with our book, establishment here, to make a holistic program, of a book fair. So that's why it's international book fair, because it's going to involve some international hands and international minds as well.
So what is that book fair all about?
Book fair,
yeah,
as the name reads, implies, as the name implies, is a fair for writers, publishers to showcase their books and to make sure that the books are below market prices, so that our brothers, our parents, can come get books and other stationaries. Sure, you understand, at a bit cheaper rate.
And also students.
Yes, and also students. And we are going to have some. We are going to have a program too, to teach our young ones on readership, on reading culture, on how to help them, to improve their reading habits.
Which is most important.
Yes. So that is one of those things that is going to follow or going to come with the book fair. Yes. It's going to be a very large one, because we're making our contacts, and the response we've been getting has been very amazing. So we need our governor to at least be aware and to buy into it as well before we can hit the ground running.
Give an approval. Okay. The reading culture is actually fading away gradually. It's actually fading away. Now, when you talked about library, people were like, do we still have a library?
Yes. Somebody even said so when I went.
People still going there to read.
Yes.
And all of that.
I heard it yesterday too.
So this state library, is it still functional?
Yes. So I would give kudos to our governor. He has actually assisted us so much. Last year, he approved money for us to buy books, which has never been done before. We have obsolete books. We have books that are no longer, in vogue. I'll be writing, but our governor, in his own, usual, very kind-heartedness, he gave us, he approved some money for us to buy books, which we have bought, and furnitures for some of our libraries, and as well. So what he's doing now is to at least help us renovate some of our libraries, so that what the books we are sending, and of course we distributed the books to the libraries though. Right. Yes, and the furniture has been distributed as well. A whole lot, has been distributed. So it will not be nice it won't make sense if we have all of that in a dilapidated property, library. So that is the phase it's going to face now. To be able to make sure that at least our libraries are well built and secure.
So what other program do you people have for
Yeah, so those two programs are a bit big. Those are the ones we want to make sure we execute this year. And at the end of the day, we're going to carry the campaign to other two senatorial districts. So Delta South and Delta Central. We're going to pick a city in both centers. So we are going to also do that there. This roadshow we're going to do on leadership campaign. We're going to take it there. And the book fair too, are going to do the same thing. And coming to talk about e-library, because the whole world is going towards digital. So there are so many things we have actually discussed with the governor, and he's so happy about it, and he's bought into it. And that is turning the library to e-library. Although we have a e-library, but we want to see how we can upgrade it and rejuvenate it, at least for people to come and read and and use the internet to be able to surf and get informations that are overseas. Now, and to get access to ebooks as well. Now, what we intend to do is we want to make library as a center of information. Because it's library and information, you know what it is. Yes. So we want to make it a center. So we're making it library as per book, we want to make it center of information. How are we going to do that? We want to make sure that our e-library here is well equipped. Yes, that's right. It's well equipped, so that I want to do other similar e-libraries in the three senatorial districts, the other two senatorial districts, because this one is for North, South, and Central. We're going to do so that those people there, you can access any information you want concerning Delta State, and the world, at large. So we actually want to do some information booths. What I mean is, we want to have a smaller booth where we can put in some urban areas that do not have this internet thing we're talking about. We're going to do it with solar and everything. We're going to do it in a fairly small city, that we know that people are actually, they are informed people. We're going to do it there so that they will hook up to either the center or the south or the north to be able to get information. So they don't need to really get to come all the way from not even they don't even need to. People who live around the central, they don't need to come to Warri, for instance. The one in south, they don't need to come to Ole or whatever, be able to get information. So they are going to have their information in their various booths in their various smaller cities. You understand? So it's going to be a small booth, not a very big one, not a library, where all internet access are there. So all you just need to do is that get into the booth. There's going to be a computer there, customized computer, where you log in. At the end of the day, you do whatever you want to do. You can print if you want, and okay.
Wow.
So those are the things that we're planning, and the governor is excited about it, and and he's going to help us to achieve it. He's been quite helpful, and he's been very supportive, I must say, in this in trying to turn around library, to make it be what it used to be, what it ought to be, in terms of
that
patronage.
flair of coming to the library to read will be restored back.
Yes, that's what we're trying to do right now. And by the grace of God, in my tenure, I'll try my best and see how much I can achieve. But everything is in the hands of God.
All right. Before we go, how do you combine? Because it shows that you are a workaholic person. So how do you manage your work and
your profession?
Yes, and
as
your
a lawyer.
profession as a lawyer.
Yeah. So it's easy. We're in a digital age. Most of the things I do in my chambers, are lawyers there who are doing the work. And if there is anything that they need to do that they feel is above them, and I'm more knowledgeable about it, of course they would just send it to me via internet. I'll just do all the needful and revert. But when I need to travel to Lagos, I'll travel to Lagos and do 1 or 2 things, maybe stay a week or less. But I'm passionate about library because the state I met library was very sad. So I'm passionate about it and I want to turn it around and do something. I want to really see how we can improve library because I benefited from the usage of library. In Lagos, when I was doing my WAEC, I guess, yes, I had to leave. Then I was we're living in Sherry. So I had to go all the way from Sherry to Ikeja, where we have a library. And because I need quiet, and when you're in your house, for instance, reading,
distracted.
serious one. You want to eat this, you want to do this, you want to do that. You're not settled. So I said, I have to go to the library. And I went to the library, and it was very useful. And when after having gone to the library and read, when the exam came, I did very well. I would have done that, very well if I didn't go to the library. If I stayed at home to read, I'll be deceiving myself. So I saw the importance of library. It might not be you are coming to read book in the library, no, but just want quietness, you want concentration,
focus,
yes, on your book. Maybe you want to write the exam, you come to the library, and we have that. We have that already on ground. Calm place and very good serene environment where you can read and assimilate. So when I did that, when I was privileged to have that, to benefit from library. When they now brought me and now announced that, I'm chairman of the library board, I was happy because I said, oh no, I really want to make sure that that's a library where I come from must be a toast of all.
Wow.
And I made up my mind. Yeah, I'm not a librarian, but the things I'm bringing to the library, they are not things that librarians can even bring.
Because of your passion for it.
Yes, I have serious passion, deep, great passion for improvement of library in Delta State. And I'm going to work as much as I can to be able to bring that to reality. And I'm sure at the end of the day, by the time I leave library, everybody will see that the library is no longer what it used to be, by the grace of God.
Wow. All right, tell us, how did you meet your wife?
Well, it was like I said, I'm a Christian and I'm a church person. Then I met her in the church.
Wow.
Mountain of Fire Miracle Ministries, that was where we met. So I was just a young graduate then, and while I was in school, I was doing very well. I was financially stable. So immediately I left school, I got myself a car. Women now in a car, young man don't get car. So eventually I was attending the church in Lagos, in Aja, precisely. So she too was attending the church as well. So she caught my fancy and I saw that somebody I can marry, and we began the courtship. By the grace of God, it snowballed into the marriage of 2 boys.
Wow.
And they're overseas.
Wow.
So they're in school. But the mother is not here. The mother is overseas as well. I'm the only one here right now.
Wow.
But I've been faithful. That was how I met her, and we began the journey, and here we are.
To the glory of God.
The glory of God. Indeed.
All right. What is your advice to the youth out there?
My advice to youth out there is that they should focus. And that slogan of school is calm, I think they should throw that slogan far away from them if they want to make it in life. If they want to make it in life, they must throw away that slogan and embrace the slogan of readers are leaders. If they're able to embrace that, in fact, they will be the best for it. Now, I'll give you an example why I'm so passionate about this, about improving
The life.
reading culture in youth and in adults too. Some few years back, I traveled to the UK, and I was traveling from UK to Dundee, to Scotland, and I was doing the train trip.
Okay.
So I was in the train, and all the whites there, they all have one book or the other they are reading. Everybody busy reading books. So I was like, they won't write exams. You understand?
Yes.
So I felt very embarrassed and I felt out of place. I was the only one without a book. Quickly. So I was like, what's going on here? I felt very bad, and I said to myself that, look, this reading thing, it be like say, don't be joke. But and I realized that it's their culture. Why can't we imbibe that culture? So when I now go back and I said, oh, there's nothing I do without reading. I travel, I try to read and everything, although I struggle to do that, because it's not my, it's not in my DNA. And it's not what we used to do here. It's not our culture. Our culture is to be, if you want our pressing for the press phone, they want watching home video, they'll be watching on video, nothing, So since then, and I said, oh no, it looks as if we have got it all wrong here. By the grace of God, that make me chairman of the church level. I said, look, I'm going to pick on that as well to improve the reading culture of our people. So that wherever they go, at least we will see that they are serious-minded people. That's why you see that many people overseas, you see, all these inventions we hear today, they are not people that sit and be looking at watching television.
No.
People that have a inquisitive mind, able to improve their environment. That is the kind of thing I want our young ones. I want them to be inquisitive about how to improve their environment, how to better their lot, better the lot of their people around them and everything. That's what I want them to do. Not to want to dream of, owning a skyscraper without doing nothing. How is that going to be possible? Even God is even against it. So that is what I want to advise them, that they should be focused. And yes, there might not be jobs, but still go to that school first. First thing first, go to the school first. And by the grace of God, you get a job. If you don't get a job, there are things that, because I've gone to school, there are some things that, your knowledge and everything of going to school, things will begin to pop up. I begin to work on them and, something else. But if you don't go to school, you won't have those ideas, you won't have those knowledge. So school is not a scam, maybe you take it far away from that. School is not a scam. I went to school and I've seen the benefit of being a graduate, of going to school. Can imagine if I don't go to school, will I be chairman of Narigo?
No,
I won't take it. Even if I am, I'll be so daft. I'm so empty.
Yeah.
Wait till I won't bring on table now.
No table.
I know no table. I don't know anything. So that should encourage them. And many people that are rich today, yes, they will say, Steve Jobs, he dropped out of school, but he went to school. He went to school first. He didn't stay at home and be dreaming of being big. No. He went to school and he got some knowledge about school. Even this HP man, the same thing. Elmoni, the same thing. They are knowledgeable people. They are not daft. They are not illiterate.
No.
You understand? So they should not think that people who are making it, that you can still be an illiterate and making it. You can't. It's not possible. It's not possible.
Thank you so much for your time on this
pleasure.
program. Really appreciate you.
Pleasure.
We've learned so much today on education. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of the program HBS Show. Don't forget to like and share our YouTube channel, HBS Show. And our guest has been Barrister Elmoni Innocent Ogboru, the chairman of Delta State Library Board. And he said, readers are leaders. Say no to school is a scam. And I am blessed upon you. Wicked readers, next week for a fresh package. Don't miss it. OMG.
It's the HBS show with lesson, the screen goddess. History behind success of your role model.